Hi everybody, here's the week 12 introduction. Things are just a little crazy. I'm going from one online class to five, so bear with me if I ever tell you something that I've already told you, because I've got four different classes and they all have certain overlaps. That being said, all right, let's go. You're going to be finished. You still got two chapters left to finish in the book. We skipped that huge section, right? But the video gave you an overview. While you're reading these chapters, right? Part of this really is preparing you for the paper, because I hope what you've been noticing is that he'd have an idea and somebody else would be like, nope, that idea is no good. But it was, right? Or he would look at research and the research would be incomplete, right? So just because you find an expert who says something, that doesn't mean it is a definitive statement for all time. Maybe there's been new research that sheds light on an error that took place in that earlier idea. Or maybe the idea only looks at a topic from one position, which is what I want to make sure you do not do as we move into your big paper, right? And so the first thing is, you've already written a post a long time ago about topics you were interested in. Now you get to lock down the one you really want to go into, and this is a short video on creating a good research question. Everybody's going to post theirs. You'll see what other people are doing, and I will give you feedback this week on how your research question is working. Maybe I'll want you to narrow it down or broaden it. This is the main paper, and I'll be talking about that at a later date. For those of you who wanted to peek ahead, though, you could read that. Now, this is a really simple way to go and see a review of the book. And again, these 6 moral taste buds isn't the entirety of the whole book. If that was all I cared about, I would just have you look at this video. I want you to see his process and how the educational system both encouraged him in certain areas and shut him down. Now, here's what I want you to use this for. When you're thinking about your research question, right? I want you to be thinking about it from different perspectives. Now, how can you do that? Well, one way would be to use the taste buds. So I'm going to go to this website this is the link to. And so say you were taking gun control, right? And we can go through each of these and use them. So care and harm, right? So care and harm, well, guns, that's kind of easy, but also complex, right? Because there is harm done by people getting killed by handguns, mainly. That's what's killing people. But then there's also people who are being protected from handguns. So already off of the bat, if you were going to say guns protect people or guns kill people, yes, but you're automatically, if you ignore the other side, you are going to be definitely, your prejudice is going to be showing up and steer what kind of evidence that you have. So you want to be thinking about both care and harm, both at the individual level and at the societal level. So maybe care harm is going to give you a bunch of things to think about. Maybe it won't. No matter what, move on to the next one. Fairness and cheating. Say we're going guns again. Fairness and cheating. Who's cheating? What's fair? So, right, everybody have access to guns. Criminals don't get access to guns. Cheating, right? Illegal gun purchases, right? What kind of loopholes exist? We could even look into, if you wanted to, gun manufacturers. And if you think about it, every single gun made from a manufacturer has a number on it, right? So we really could find out where all these guns are, how the guns go from being legally made to supposedly to illegal gun shop, and then all of a sudden they're flooding our streets. I don't know if they're really flooding our streets, but there's a hell of a lot more guns now than when I was your age. We used to do a lot more killing with knives. So loyalty betrayal. Now, some of this stuff you'll see, it just really pops up, right? Because if you think about the NRA, that is huge on loyalty. And if you're a politician who goes against the NRA, that is a betrayal. And they will come after you with every financial resource that they have to get you unelected, right? So what does it mean to be loyal in your topic? Who are the betrayers? Why do they say they, think about the people who you would think are traitors. What are they saying? What's their argument going on, right? And loyalty, what does loyalty cost, right? When you have to be loyal to a cause, what are you giving up? Now, these are just a little bit of overview and some ideas, but I hope you get the idea of your topic is way more complex than you think, and I want you to look at it in more angles than maybe you have in the past. Right? Authority and subversion, right? Who's in charge? Right? Who's in charge? Why are they in charge? What are their credentials? Right? Subversion. What is the role of who are the people who are trying to change things? Right? Who are they? What are their credentials? Where is this going on? And you'll notice we need all of, these are all good things to be thinking about, right? Authority and gun control would be looking at the Second Amendment, but how many people even know exactly what it means? What's a well-armed militia? But there's the authority of the Constitution. And then enough said. Sanctity and degradation, right? Think about this. What is sacred about your topic, right? So for example, if you're big on absolute gun rights, the Second Amendment is sacred. And any sort of law is a degradation, right? That limits any sort, right? So you might even be, if the Second Amendment is sacred, you might even be angry that you have to get a special license to have a machine gun, right? So these, you're not in your paper necessarily going to have to go through all these or even use them. But at this point, if you are having a hard time of looking at your topic from another angle, go to these. Because what I don't want you to think of is that it's just pro and con, the end. One side likes this, one side doesn't. Well, sure, but that is so limited, right? Because there are so many other factors that go into it. Since you've been reading, half of this book, and you can see some of the fights that he's had and how different views shape, different perspectives shape how we view things, I think it will be useful to use on your topic, right? So, liberty and oppression, right? Think about, right? What does freedom mean, right, in your area? And then the other is what restrictions are set up in your area. Because some of us will think the restrictions are fair, right? You have to have a permit, a special permit to have a machine gun. And some of us will think that's oppression, right? So what's it mean to be free in the context of your topic, right? Where is the oppression? Who is being oppressive? Who is guaranteeing the freedom, right? So you can use all of these to hopefully get a couple different ways of looking at your topic. You don't need, in a sense, to use all 12, right? You might write a paper that doesn't use any one of those words, but you definitely need to write a paper that looks at your topic from multiple perspectives, and I think this might help you do that, right? Expect a little bit longer video on Friday where I'll say more about this, because on Friday I will have all of your research questions and I can use them as some good examples of where this can go. All right. Hang in there. This is week 12. We are getting close to the end, and I will chat with you if you send me an email, or otherwise I'll be seeing you on Friday.